thank all of our great authors. I hope, sorry I didn't get to hear the storytelling part of this. It's always a lot of fun, but I'm sure it was great. Thanks for coming and sharing your love of reading to what will be what? Liza, how many people are coming tonight?
About 750.
750. How much money are we going to raise, just in case these guys don't stick around?
About $1.3 million.
So thank you for being part of this effort. We're raising a lot of money for an incredibly worthy cause that will help Southwest Florida as well as the rest of the country. My mom's not going to be here tonight, which means that I don't have to ask her not to talk about presidential politics. But she's recovering from pneumonia and garnering strength at home, and also she is a caregiver to the greatest man alive, my dad. So they're in Houston. But her vision for the last 25 years has been to help families read and learn together. We all know that moms and dads are the first teachers of our children, and if we want our children to be successful, they have to be literate. And if they're not literate, we know the net result is that they'll live lives limited. They may have big dreams, but they don't necessarily, those dreams don't come true. Increasingly, in a world that is globalized, where competition comes from all parts of the world, and where technology now drives disruption and opportunity. And it's disruption if you can't read, and it is a huge opportunity to be alive today if you can. So this is a tremendous calling for my mom, and somehow, either through social upbringing or genetics, it has inflicted me as well, and Dorothy, who can't make it either tonight because of bad weather up in D.C. 70% of people that live in the lower income brackets don't get out of it. So in America today, if you're born poor, you're more likely to stay poor, and if you're born wealthy, you're more likely to stay wealthy. And one of the identifiers of poverty and of wealth is the level of education. And so it just cries out for a much more intensive effort. Not just in our schools, but across our communities, that we focus on this. And so, according to the Brookings Institute, a mother's education level is one of the most important indicators of a child's ability to start school ready to learn, on par with his or her peers. There's a chart that you won't be able to understand. Liza wanted that chart to be there. If you can decipher that, then you're a lot smarter than me. That's why this year the Barbara Bush Foundation launched a pilot program called the Barbara Bush Scholarships, which this year has provided 650 low-income families across the country with scholarships. They're focused on children primarily birth to 5, along with their parents, who enroll in family literacy programs where they learn together. For this pilot, we selected high-performing family literacy programs to serve our scholarship families in communities nationwide. We, at the foundation, we grade, this may not be a surprise for Floridians, we grade these programs A, B, C, D, and F. And based on, these schools, these programs were the higher performing schools. 3 out of the 4 programs that applied earned an A or B, and they offer the classrooms where moms and children and some dads are now enrolled. This family scholarship concept is similar to the VPK, the Voluntary Universal VPK program that we have here in Florida that I was lucky enough to implement when I was governor. It's, by the way, the largest of its kind in the country. 82% of all parents have selected one of these programs to send their children to a local neighborhood preschool. It's also the largest voucher program in the country. So 150,000 4-year-olds go to these programs with state money, irrespective of their income. But for those in the low-income areas particularly, it provides the only way that they could focus on early literacy skills. And so this will be an add-on, if you will, an adjunct to that with the monies that we'll raise tonight in our other efforts.